Hey everyone, Rob from Frugal Radio here. Welcome to the channel where we unlock the magic and mystery of radio without breaking the bank. If you're into software-defined radios, you're in the right place. Now then, quick myth bust. You don't need to spend $2,000 on a beast of a PC to run SDRs like a pro. Proof? I've snagged 5 Dell Optiplex small form factor PCs advertised at just $25 US each. And wait till you hear the insane price I actually paid. Stick around and I'll spill the final price later. These little powerhouses run multiple SDR decoders at once, power 3 displays each, and fit perfectly in my setup without hogging space and blowing up my electricity bill. So buckle up, let's fire up these bad boys and see what they can really do.
Mayday, American 953, declared emergency.
Alright crew, before we unleash these frugal SDR PCs in the shack, let's pop the hood and see what 25 bucks actually buys you in 2025. First up, Intel Core i5 4th Gen 4570. Yeah, she's turning 12 years old this year, but don't let that scare you away. This is respectable 4th Gen quad-core muscle. A 3.2 GHz base clock and has no problem running 5 SDRs and decoding data from each while humming along at under 30% CPU usage. Next, 8 gigs of RAM. Pretty standard for a decade-old Windows rig, but guess what? These came preloaded with Windows 10 Pro straight from the corporate world. Of course, I wiped them and reinstalled fresh. Pro tip, always do this with used gear. Now the real most valuable player? 256 gigs SSD. No rusty old spinning drive here. These Optiplexes shipped with solid state speed. Boot times, snappy. SDR apps, launch in seconds. On the first day I got him, I opened him up and gave him the frugal spa treatment. Blew out years of corporate fluff. 2 years later, it was time to do it again. These small form factor beasts, just 2 screws and you're inside. Easiest clean ever. But here's what I love. 3 video outputs. Yep, I can power 3 monitors with each PC that cost under $25, reducing the number of computers I need in the shack. Check it out. Here we've got 2 display ports and your old grandpa VGA port. I hooked up 3 monitors and that fresh copy of Windows 10 Pro said, "No problem, boss." Everything was detected right away. Now these things have USB galore. 4 up front, 4 in the back. Plug in multiple RTL SDR dongles, decode DMR, ADSB, POXAG, all at once. For under $25. Happy days. The one snag I ran into, my old monitors were HDMI or DVI only. Amazon to the rescue. $8 DisplayPort to HDMI. Adapters or cables. Links are in the description below for some of the ones that I've used, and these have been running 2.5 years with no problems at all. But the real price I paid for all 4 computers? Hold that thought. Let's see these budget beasts in action first. Meet SDR Opti 1, the $25 Sentinel that never sleeps. Right now, it's decoding 5 digital trunk networks across my city. 3 DMR and 2 NextEn sites, spanning between 420 and 865 megahertz. It's doing that 24/7. Each control channel locked, monitored full time using 5 inexpensive RTL, SDR or Nuelec dongles. Why? Because this is where the real city talks. Security firms barking orders, couriers dodging traffic, malls on lockdown, charter buses rolling VIPs, warehouses moving millions in freight, even rental radios popping up at every festival, concert and street fair. Need to eavesdrop on a weekend rave or outdoor market? This is ground zero. But here's the kicker. I've caught special ops level chatter on these commercial DMR and NextEn systems multiple times in the last few years. Stuff that usually vanishes in just a day or two. Miss it and it's gone. When I need to hear it live, I flip DSD Plus into CC/VC combined mode. Talk group of the hour, boom, locked and loaded. Or record everything, dig out the gold later. This $25 Optiplex It's not just a PC. It's a digital wiretap on the city, Frugal Radio style. Now this $25 Ninja isn't just decoding the city's digital drama, it's also running SDR++, tethered to my AirSpy R2, inhaling 10 megs of spectrum like it's Sunday brunch. The CPU? Chilling at 30%, basically yawning while juggling 5 trunk systems and a 10 meg waterfall. RAM? Well, that's half empty. This Optiplex is out here flexing efficiency more than Prius at a gas station. 12-year-old silicon? Zero sweat. Truly impressive spectrum coverage. Now, let me introduce you to SDR Opti 2, the $25 watchdog over my city's big P25 public safety system. We're talking 700 megs, 23 LCNs, simulcast or LSM, APCO 25 Phase 1. This is the nerve center for every cop, firefighter and paramedic in town. This data, so hot I gotta censor it harder than a spy thriller. Encrypted talk groups, locked tighter than Fort Knox. But when the brown stuff hits the fan, oh, these screens light up like Times Square on New Year's. You feel the panic even if you can't hear it. But there's plenty of unencrypted gold. Fire dispatch screaming codes, search and rescue grid searches, transit buses in gridlock calling it just as they see it, hospital ERs slinging trauma slang. The list just goes on and on. Unitrunker paints the picture. Audio? Audio scanners got that handled. Then there's PDW, my non-stop pager monitor. Decodes VHF fire pages, filters the real emergencies, and parks them right next to the Unitrunker live screen. I hear sirens outside, I just scroll through the pager history. Boom, there's your 5-alarm call. One weakness? These old girls don't like screen recording while decoding. When I fire up OBS, rates drop. Things get majorly choppy. So, these shots? Cell phone cam. Proof this dirt cheap rig slices through SDR chores like butter under a blowtorch. The current load here is 3 Nuelec NE SDRs and 1 RTL SDR Blog V3, each sipping 2.4 MHz. Light lunch. Yes, 3 monitors, although one's usually napping unless I'm spying on neighbouring counties or signal hunting. Weather balloon radio songs pumping out a constant stream of data from 100,000 feet? Just park on 403 MHz and watch the data roll in. 433 or 900 meg ISM chaos? Doorbells, panic buttons, weather stations, key fobs, sucked in and decoded while Unitrunker hurls P25 radio IDs like a riot-controlled water cannon. This $25 warrior? It's a P25 Guardian, a pager-sniffing spectrum detective, all while purring along at 30% load, like a lion with a full belly. Now, I've been running these beauties for over 2.5 years now. They're quiet, reliable workhorses that accomplish everything I need on a thrifty 50-watt diet. Sure, they sip a little more juice from the socket than a newer mini PC, but they were also only 10% of the cost. Remember that insane deal I teased at the start? I ended up snagging 5 of these small form factor Optiplexes. They were listed locally online for 35 Canadian each. That's 25 USD a piece. Scroll Craigslist, Marketplace or eBay right now and you're likely to find off-lease Optiplexes at these prices. Here's a recent screen grab of a machine with virtually the same specs as mine. Now, being a thrifty Irishman, I hit up the seller's inbox. How about 120 Canadian for all 4? That's 30 bucks a piece. He was thrilled to clear space and said yes instantly. I got him home, dusted off the cobwebs and fired up those fresh Windows 10 Pro installs. That's when I spotted it. One unit still had an old-fashioned spinning hard drive, no SSD inside. At $25 for a whole PC, complaining felt ridiculous. I couldn't even score a used SATA SSD for that. But I messaged the seller anyway. His reply? I'm so sorry. Bring it back tomorrow and I'll swap it out. Next day, he hands me a fresh SSD-equipped unit and didn't even want the hard drive unit back again. Final tally, 120 Canadian dollars for 5 Optiplexes. That's 85 US dollars total, or a mind-blowing 17 US dollars 24 Canadian each. $17 a pop to crank up 5 software-defined radios, decode live signals, pipe crystal clear audio, and splash the waterfalls across 3 monitors at once? You don't need a second mortgage to geek out on the magic and mystery of RF here on the Frugal Radio channel. Now it's your turn. What's the craziest SDR or computer deal you've ever snagged? Drop your stories in the comment section below. I'm reading every single one. If my little Optiplex army inspired your RF dreams, hit that like button and subscribe, ring the bell. Keep up with all my SDR and radio-based adventures. Until next time, this is Frugal Radio, out.